So I'd like you to meet my companion for 2 weeks who has traveled back and forth with me in my lunch bag to and fro to work till he's no longer edible. But as I don't like wasting, well obviously none of us want to waste food, but I get such a kick out of trying to see what I can make out of anything before it goes to waste. So this little guy is going to go into, I'm going to pickle some red onions because I've got red onions left. They won't last forever, but they're about in their fifth, going in they're past their 5th month. So they're hanging in really well. Anyways, I'm going to pickle some onions with orange juice. So just going to show you what I'll be putting in it. There's my little companion, the orange, some red onions that I grew, a lemon. You really ideally want a lime, but I don't have a lime in the fridge, so I'm going to use a lemon. My homemade sea salt that I harvested from our ocean here. You can check that video out in my playlist. Some peppercorns, oregano, because this is sort of a, I'm going to keep it in the Mexican style keeping. And this is going to be the world's smallest batch because it's only for my husband and I. Now, I won't put you through the torture of watching me chop and prep this because, yay, I got my cast off. Now I have a brace on, but I still can't use my hand too well, or my arm rather. So I'll just get those ready and then throw the ingredients together and I'll show you that. But this method of pickles is really tasty in salads, tasty as an accompaniment on your cheese plates, those kind of things. Great on sandwiches, great on hamburgers, great on tacos, and just all kinds of uses. Just a nice, but as I said, I'm just making a small batch for my husband and I because they're refrigerated ones, and the reason they're refrigerated is because it stays just that much fresher, and that's why lime is really good too. It adds that just that really fresh kick that you often get in Mexican dishes, and it's retains the crunch if you want. I'll explain that actually. I'm going to do, you can do this 2 ways. You can put the onions and boil them in boiling water for about 2 minutes, just very quickly. That will take out, if you're not a fan of raw onions, I know a lot of people who aren't. I can eat an onion whole, but if you're not a fan, that's the way you want to go. I'm going to go the reverse and cut the onions, put them in the jar, and then heat my liquid up and pour it in the jar. These are just refrigerated pickles, so no need to worry about the canning part of it. So just tightly pack your onions in. I've only had to use 2 for this tiny jar. And then I'm going to start preparing the acid that's going to go in to cover those onions, and I'm going to bring it to a boil. So my sea salt I'm putting in. I don't need much because it's very strong salt actually. But I'm going to use the juice from these 2 lemon halves and the orange. And I did go back and fully squeeze it all out actually. My hand was, I'm just not so good with that hand right now. And then you just put in the peppercorns and the oregano, but you can add garlic, you can add a lot of flavors, bay leaf, you can add, definitely you can add a jalapeno pepper, that's very common, and I've done that before, it's lovely, but these ones just, they're just sweet enough. You don't need sugar in this one, by the way. And then just pour the liquid over and you're done. How easy is it to make pickles? Any pickle. If you've never made these before, I recommend giving them a try. They add a very nice flavor profile and they turn a very pretty color. Going a little stir crazy. Yesterday was a snowstorm followed by all day freezing rain, and today it's very high winds. And warning, witchy morning face coming up. Can you see that ocean out there? I have so much I have to do, so much running around to do, that I've been putting off actually for weekends because of the weather. And here today again we've got 120 kilometer winds. No, it's 130 now, 130. My house is doing its usual noise and whatnot. So I'm just staying home and I'll putter about. So back to dreaming about the garden it is. And that's not such a bad thing at all. And so it begins. First off will be leeks.